So my brothers and sisters, our readings this Friday drew a parallel between Joseph and Jesus. In the first reading, the brothers of Joseph wanted to kill him. And in the gospel, through the parable of the vineyard, the Pharisees also sought to kill Jesus. Both Joseph and Jesus go through some kind of agony, but in the end, God's plans triumph. This being Lent, it just gives us readings that are uncomfortable sometimes to reflect on, but it's not just, they're really meant just to help us to move towards transformation. And I'm inviting us to reflect on the element of envy and resentment. It is the human sentiment that unfolds in the family story of Joseph and his brothers. As we heard, the father of Joseph loved Joseph best of all his children, and even made him a very beautiful robe with great colors and patterns. The robe was ornate in every way. The beautiful coat that was meant to be a sign of great affection and favor from the father, instead it triggered envy, and also it triggered a lot of resentment, and he started going down and down from his brothers. The reading said his brothers hated him so much that they would not even greet him. Has that ever happened to you? That somebody hates you so much that they won't even greet you at all? And they sought a way to get rid of him once and for all. And the opportunity came when Joseph brought them food in the grazing fields out in Dothan. So the siblings were burning with resentment because of the love and the blessings that Joseph enjoyed from his father. They threw him in a dry well with the hopes that maybe he would die there. And they also then, as an alternative, they sold him to a rival tribe, the Ishmaelites. That didn't help either. He was still as good as dead, being sold into slavery. Now, the image of the beautiful robe or the coat that we've heard about is symbolic of the many blessings or the favors that many of us receive in life or possess. Some people have been blessed with different talents such as music and organization abilities and leadership abilities, speech, academic success, business acumen, popularity. Mention them. There are different types of coats or robes that God has made for each one of us. Possessing such a robe can sometimes trigger envy and also resentment. We call this gifty envy. The brothers of Joseph hated him so much that they would not even greet him for the reasons that were simply beyond Joseph's control. Sometimes the gifts we possess are not our own making. This is God's thing that I have in my life. While we cannot run away from the gifts or the blessings that God has given us, we are invited to be aware of the resentment that they can actually trigger in the lives of others. Hopefully, possession of any special robe woven by God can be both a blessing and also a burden to us. Sometimes there are people that say, God, why did you give me this gift in my life? Hopefully, God guards us from wearing the robes or the coats with arrogancy, and instead we can be able to wear them with humility, and we can also be able to share them. Hopefully, whatever blessings we enjoy from God, we can be able to share them with others who may not be blessed in the same way as we are. Second, we are also being invited to guard against our own bitterness towards others due to the blessings that we enjoy. It is a two-way lane where we can be both victims of other people's envy and resentment, and also be perpetrators of envy and resentment at the same time. As we continue with our Mass today, may we express gratitude to God for the many blessings that we enjoy in our own lives, the talents, the successes that we have, the different robes that God has made for us. But may we also ask God for the grace to heal us of any forms of envy or resentment or bitterness that perhaps we possess.